Original Kaitlyn. What are all these Kaitlyns talking about in roleplays? The original. Original Kaitlyn. Who is this person? Well, here's a little quick explanation. There are two types of original Kaitlyns. The first type of original Kaitlyn is referring to one that is in the current multiverse that's happening now. That has all the powers, shares all the memories, is the source for all these alternate timelines. She is also a seal for many monsters inside of her. She tends to be the most caring. Not always. It depends on the universe that it's currently set in, the multiverse. And she is the most respected by all the alternate Kaitlyns, even though Kaitlyns hate each other, and there's a good reason why. Even though they hate each other, they still respect the original and usually hey, solve this problem, even though we don't really care that much about it, you need to solve this. The second original Kaitlyn, the second type, the original, is not necessarily the first Kaitlyn that's created, but the first to become aware of everything on a larger scale. To become aware of time, space, to have the ability to manipulate these realities. Because that was not an original skill of Kaitlyn. Not the first ones that were made. They did not have the ability to warp realities into their vision and do all this. No, this is the original's kind of fault. The original is also the most hated. And the reason for that is that all the Kaitlyns don't like the fact the original forced them to take another job they don't like. To basically have to worry about the universe. All these other kings I want to worry about my own problems. I don't want to worry about the rest of the universe. She's also blamed for Kaitlyn's basically having a hive mind. They share each other's memories, or at least portions of it, so she gets blamed for that. The original is also hated for, basically it's an inherent guilt. All these Kaitlyn's have this guilt, even if they did nothing wrong in their timeline. They have this, it's almost like an original sin almost, but they have the guilt of the first Kaitlyn, or of the previous Kaitlyns, that even if these guys didn't do anything wrong, they all share the guilt of, well, that Kaitlyn killed this Kaitlyn was a total idiot, this one destroyed the universe 5 times, this one completely messed up the multiverse, and then it gets into this all other complicated, time nonsense. But yeah, those are the two main kind of originals. There's the Kaitlyn 0, who is in the middle of the current universe going on, is the one that most people are going to interact with. And then there's the original, who started this whole mess in the first place. Because the Kaitlyns before that, again, they had no control over time. They had, they weren't aware of all these other worlds existing. They weren't aware that timelines repeat occasionally. And not aware of just anything else for that matter. They just did their own lives. They complained about, I hate being the Shadow Queen. And yeah, that's a given. That's one of the chops they hate. The other Kaitlyns, now having the awareness, hate having to worry about the universe. I don't want to be a universe guardian. Damn you, original Kaitlyn. But that's what all the Kaitlyns keep talking about when they say the original. They're either referring to the main Kaitlyn, who is the source of all these alternate timelines, or they're talking about the one who started everything, who basically made the idea of Kaitlyn, just Kaitlyn in general, the alternates, the original, all this, to be basically immortal, actually immortal, having the memories of the others, kind of forever living. And that's what really makes them hate this movie. The fact that it's it feels like we never really die because we have the memories of our previous incarnations. I kind of want to be put to rest. So it's a little bit of the Yoshimitsu curse, a bit of other curses too. I guess a bit maybe of Doctor Who inspired. But yeah, it's this whole timeline nonsense that just, I know, gets like confusing. It's meant to be confusing. But yeah, that's just the original Kaitlyn's. One that's respected because she does basically all the work. Like, it's almost like the original Kaitlyn's the source of the alternate timelines, are like the avatar for like the original, like the original having avatars to do out the work that she started, and these guys are supposed to finish it. So how does the original Kaitlyn's of the multiverse feel about the original? Well, they also have a hatred towards her, but also kind of a love, because they basically are the ones who inherit most of the original slot.